is the continuation of that previous video because I didn't finish it, or like I didn't talk as much, but I'm just gonna jump cut through it because that's what I usually do. We're gonna decide this person's fate, which would have been the thing. Here we go, cutscene.
Finally you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long?
I had to pass several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against
cutscene.
me.
I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist such as yourself would help me to escape the Reaper.
Okay, let's see.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all,
I can assure you
I'm the only vampire in the room.
All right.
I will become your maker.
Well,
You'll need...
I'm rich, Doctor.
What do you...
What I do...
Okay, let's move on.
Please, I'm cold.
But first, before you embrace immortality...
That's a rather impertinent question, Doctor.
Answer me all the...
To save London.
Yeah, that's what be
Who
good.
gave you the...
My money.
This guy talks about
You
money.
really plan to build a...
Yes, it will be tall and strong.
By doing so...
Come, sir. An eminent doctor like yourself knows that such radical measures have proved...
This sounds interesting, so I'm gonna stop skipping.
Let me guess. You mean to isolate the rich from the poor?
This is a desperate measure for desperate times. England must prevail, Doctor, no matter the cost.
Money.
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking. But I'm convinced this epidemic will not be contained by mere walls.
As long as the right people are on the right side of the wall, that's all that matters.
But you can't guarantee infection will not spread. Just one contagious carrier would be enough to create an apocalypse.
The apocalypse is already knocking at the gate. We must be strong now.
What if a new outbreak happens inside?
That won't happen. As long...
Okay.
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time.
The killing run. So we killed like a lot of important people. Yeah. Let's go do it.
You don't deserve immortality, Mr. Dawson.
What? What are you prattling on about?
I don't believe I've ever met a man so bereft of empathy. You, sir, are despicable.
No! Wait! You can't! I made a deal with Lord Redgrave. I'll finance whatever he wants. Please, just ask him.
Sleep now. Rest now. Forever.
I would have lived forever. Who are you to decide my fate? Who gave you the authority?
I'm just gonna loot the safes first before we move on. There should be more. Now, where would the first safe be? It should be over here, right? I might have to look at a walkthrough just to find this safe. Should be around here, I believe. And this whole playthrough is just gonna be me looking for a third safe. The first one is up here. Pretty sure I went past it multiple times. Something over here. Something over. Ooh, there it is. Treatment for fatigue, anemia. That's nice. Sepsis, cold, pneumonia, bronchitis, headache, migraine, and neuralgia. Don't know how to pronounce it. Let's talk to this guy.
Is it done, Dr. Reed? Is Aloysius Dawson reborn as expected?
Alas, Aloysius Dawson was not brought back to life after his death. The man is gone.
What? What happened?
I could not let such a dangerous man become immortal. Not from
Yeah,
my
let's be
part,
honest.
Not for you.
This is an outrage beyond word.
Well, get rid of me then.
From now on, you're an outcast. Banished. You are forbidden to ever appear in front of us again. Ascalon will smite you on sight.
Ops.
Your
We're
heart
making more
will be
ops
thrown
as we
to
go.
rats.
I'll leave you then. Have
Yes, go, traitor. And take that awful creature, that counterfeit of a woman I saw waiting for you, and be gone!
And by the sword you die. Okay. Ops. 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 Okay, the fastest way to go to the hospital is through here. So let's go. Dodged. Even after all of this, it's still not enough stamina. He's doing the same thing over and over again.
Looks like he's wounded. I better follow the blood. McCullum and his thugs are taking the credit for Edgar's abduction. They really mean business.
Yep, this means you're getting ready to fight.
Ultraviolet curtains and orichalcum powder. Dr. Swansea's always been a resourceful bastard. I bet he never told you he had this installed in case of a vampire attack. Says a lot about how much he trusts you.
What have you done with Edgar?
Don't worry. We don't kill humans. Even if your friend is deserving of a little punishment for one.
What are you talking about?
We know everything. Swansea and you created this bloody epidemic. You aim to unleash another disaster, just like William Marshall did.
No, I'm trying to put an end to it, just like you are.
You're the progeny, aren't you? Where is the monster hiding? It's still in England, isn't it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Jeffrey, please listen to me.
No tricks. That shit won't work on me. We've found proof in the theater. Doris Fletcher was your first experiment. Now where is Marshall? Speak! So much for modern technology. Time for the tried and true. Do you know what this is, Beast? This is a drop of King Arthur's blood. The blood of a true defender of Britain. Stronger than your evil powers.
This is ridiculous. We're losing precious time.
True enough. Soon I'll bring your head before your coward of a father. Show some style. Fight like a man. If you're so innocent, why does simple light burn you so much?
Okay, I didn't even know he could do that. Ooh.
True light will cleanse you.
Bro, he's just hiding in the light.
The blood of a true defender of this land will protect you. If you're so innocent, why does simple light burn you so much?
Oh, I did not do the right thing. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, oh shit.
I know. It hurts, doesn't it?
Oh wow, 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 wow. Okay, yeah. I'm dead, I'm dead. That's so stupid. Ah, I gotta start over.
Fails.
This is when the bullshit starts.
Defender of this land will protect you. True light
How?
will cleanse you.
Ooh, he dodged that shit. Oh, boom, 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 boom. Alright, got him. Gosh darn it.
We are the guardian of justice. Priwen shall prevail.
You can't accept the fact we're not enemies, can you?
We always have been, and we always will be. Of all the evils that threaten mankind, your kind are the worst.
I was only reborn for a few minutes before you and your men hunted me down like a beast.
You were only reborn for a few minutes, and you'd already taken the life of an innocent woman.
There is no way you'll ever let me be, McCullum. You'll always hunt me down, won't you?
There is no escape, Leech. Kill me now, for there is no way you can sway me to your ideals.
That's where you're mistaken.
What do you mean?
Nah, we're going with the other one because we're not doing that other one. Yeah, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that.
This ruse.
It's a good thing we didn't choose the other
This
choice.
is no ruse.
Don't search it up.
This is me letting you go.
Oh, someone's
After
screaming.
all,
Don't search it up.
you and I are both trying to save this poor country in our own way.
There's a lot of clickbait titles with that. I don't know if it's just keep on drinking this. It's 9:14.
I'll kill you, Reed. Next time we meet, I'll end you.
See? Progress already. You called me by my name. Until the next time. Goodbye, Hunter.
Heavily injured. Alright, we're going back to that area. Yeah, we definitely skipped it. And we're gonna find more enemies because of it.
So Priwen never left Doris's theater after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in the new headquarters. Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
Oh, right. So this is where the key goes.
Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. I should find the key to that box. It's locked.
Actually, let's go ahead and save him, or we get to decide someone's fate again.
Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Okay, let's listen to what
Don't
he
try
gotta
to spare
say.
me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Jeffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skal epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open.
night. The freaking black
What became of him?
To prove him wrong, I let him go.
Really? You sure that was the wisest?
Well, I didn't want to use all the XP.
Time will
Edgar,
tell.
trying to
The most
grind.
intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
I think you're hiding something, Edgar.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of
You sure?
questions.
Why would the Guard of Priwen believe you and I created the vampire epidemic?
Maybe due to our profession. Because I offered you shelter at my hospital.
What can you tell me about William Marshall?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Why is the Guard of Priwen so obsessed with him?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Priwen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Why would he deserve such a reputation?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of all the British vampires.
Vamp.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
What is it?
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I
What
know nothing
happened?
about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theater. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a sweet and graceful woman.
My point exactly. The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother. A symptom of all the infected patients.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example.
You trying to blame it on rabies?
Rabies is not the devil at work.
Come on, Edgar. Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of McCullum.
What's going on, man?
I never saw Harriet Jones again after she fled the hospital.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
Right, I admit it. I boldly ventured into experimental realms, but I've killed no one to appease my thirst for knowledge, Jonathan. I'm no murderer.
I never asked to become what I am, Edgar. You chose to conduct your rogue experiments.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
Okay, decide his fate. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh,
Your
okay,
death
yeah.
is imminent, Dr. Swansea. But I swear, it will be quick.
I already told you to call me Edgar. Am I no longer your friend?
I believe you never have been, sir. You have lied to me at every step and betrayed the trust of a woman I cherish.
Oh,
You and the lady? Really? Well, I should
this guy's tired. He's okay with this, I think.
May I add that I welcome this? The biting, I mean.
You have your wish.
Is it going to hurt? I always wondered.
Yeah, we really knew not much of him. That sucks. Gang, gang, gang. Oh, nah, that made no sense. Oh, wow. Actually, that has been like throughout this whole gameplay. I think that's the first time that actually happened, or the second time. I don't remember. I probably cut it out. Gun, 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 gun.
I can now open the box.
Open the box. Okay, now we're gonna get the OP weapon. Supposedly OP until they've nerfed it. Even though this is a solo story game, why would you nerf it? Would have been a fun kind of sandbox thing they got going on, but they didn't.
I really don't know if I should read this.
We're not gonna read it. Don't read it. Okay. Let's talk to him.
So Harriet Jones became the original carrier when Edgar gave her vampire blood. I must tell Elizabeth.
He's using the same moves over and over again. Oh, we're mesmerized level 5. Yeah, I'm gonna throw out this coffee. It's not good for me.
Perhaps London will survive. Good evening, Jonathan Reed. Can I help you in any way?
Okay,
I
let's
found
pause.
your notebook, the one the guard of Prewen stole from you.
And you brought it back to me. That's excellent news, Jonathan. Were you able to keep yourself from reading it?
Yes. I give it back to you untouched.
Then
Let's read it. 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 Personal notebook.
my friend, you deserve a little something to reward your fortitude. Please, have this with my gratitude.
What's
He
in it?
predicted
I
everything.
can't answer you, Jonathan, since you chose not to open it.
How did you learn about Mary?
Swansea told me.
Mary did not.
Suffering is part of...
How do you measure the amount?
I told you,
Is it possible?
a vampire's fate is much...
I would rather... Tell me that
By the stole, you really thought you could...
So,
As a brilliant man, well...
why?
I'm the primate of St. Paul.
Yeah,
May I
I'm
ask
just like,
cause? I know there is no...
It was 1801.
What was the nature?
The problem was that
Who found it?
that's precisely the kind of question I cannot answer.
So you're not just a club.
Once upon a time...
Goodbye, sir.
I rarely wander. Cards never lie, but they are never easy to read.
okay, I'm gonna just end it right here. In the next video, if I'm going to record it, we're gonna try to solve the puzzle and get the most, well, quote unquote, OP weapon? Something like that. And it has to do something with this piece of paper, and I'm probably gonna show them. Because the first time I did it, it was kind of like, boop boop boop, you know? Alright. Well, hold on, I'm trying to do a good whistle before I leave.